Hi, I'm Doug, your tech support representative for Atlantic British, and in this video what we're going to do is touch base on the oil filter kit that we have available for the LR3s. This kit's available through our Repair and Maintenance Academy, which you can go online, go to our website. You can print and download the whole schedule that we have available. You'll see first on the list for the oil change is LR00716 0SKA. This service is recommended every 7,500 miles, and it is probably the most common service that you're going to do on your vehicle, and you're going to do it on a pretty regular basis. So what we do is we include 2 filters so that when you're ready for the next oil change, you're not constantly, you save yourself some money on the shipping. You'll have the part already there waiting for you when you're ready for your next oil change, and believe me, they sneak up on you fast. So what you're going to get is 2 oil filters that meet Land Rover specifications for your LR3. This is for the 4.4 V8, and then you'll also receive 2 new drain plugs which have the gasket or the O-ring built into them, so you'll end up with a good seal on the pan. It's always good to replace the plugs. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put this up in the air, and we're going to show you the location of your filter, how to access it, and the location of your drain plug. So we're going to take you through the steps of what you need to do an oil change on your LR3. Now, the first thing you're going to run into once you get the vehicle up in the air is you have a steel plate, and this is here to protect the oil pan and whatnot in 4-wheel and off-road situations. You have a single steel plate here with 10 bolts, 13mm heads all the way around, and then up front there's a small plate with 2 10mm bolts that we're going to remove. That's going to give you access to the filter. So we're going to remove the plate, we're going to remove the front plate, and we'll show you your positions of your drain plug and your oil filter. Alright, so now that we have the bottom pan off, you can see now you have access. This is your oil drain plug right here at the bottom of the pan. So you're going to be underneath your vehicle, you're going to get your catch pan underneath. You're going to probably drain out, you're going to be draining about 6.5 to 7 quarts out, so you want to get yourself a at least a 9 or 10 quart pan. Always leave yourself a little extra space on top. And then for your oil filter, which is up here, I find usually the small strap wrench works the best. It gets around this hose. You can move your coolant hose over. This is your oil cooler right here. These 2 lines are with coolant, and so they remain fairly flexible, so you can move that over a little bit, put a strap wrench on. Of course, when you put your filter on, turn it in until it's good and tight, hand tight, and then you can go 1/4 of a turn with the strap wrench, and that should give you tight enough, but you don't want to go too tight. You don't want to rupture the O-ring that seals this filter. Now, one quick tip: when you drain the oil, you have the 10 bolts that you've taken out of the main pan and the 2 small bolts up front. What I usually do is, in the catch pan or whatnot, I throw those bolts in the pan, so when I drain the oil, they soak in the oil. You'll like that when you go to put this back together, because where the bolt hole locations are under the vehicle, these have a tendency to rust. So putting a little oil on the bolts before you put them back in, the next time you do an oil change, they're going to come out easy for you. So that's all there is to it. Drain your oil, put your plug back in. You'll be getting a new plug with your kit. Replace your oil filter, put your pans back on, and then we're going to lower the vehicle. We'll show you your oil fill hole where you can pour your oil in, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so now we've drained our oil, we've changed our filter, we replaced our steel plate underneath, vehicle's back down, and what we're going to simply do is we're going to re-add oil. This is where your filler cap location is, and even on the cap it tells you should be using an SAE 5W30 oil. And you can use a regular oil, a synthetic blend, or even a full synthetic on these 4.4 engines. Now, you're probably going to need about 7.5 quarts of oil, and where you want to end up on the dipsticks is not like the old ones that measured full and add. You have maximum and you have minimum, and your ideal height or your level is right there between the dots. Now, these will take anywhere from 7 to 7.5 quarts. And for some reason I've run into that where it varied. What I suggest is add 7 quarts, start the engine, let the filter fill, give it 4 or 5 minutes sit, and then check your level. If you're down at the lower dot, you only need to add about 3/4 of a quart, and it should put you right about the middle. So that's generally from the lower dot to the middle, usually represents about 3/4 of a quart. Top it off, get your level set, and you're done. So when you're ready to do your oil change, call any of our knowledgeable salesmen. We'll set you up with our kit, and you can reach us at 1-800-533-2210. Thanks for watching.